Mr. Gatsby, I'd like to know.
Exactly who are you, anyhow?
I really work my off when I do these movies.
Can't you see who this guy is? With his house, his parties, and his fancy clothes.
The coolest film I've ever been in. Jay-Z's involved.
Yes, when director Baz Luhrmann makes a movie, you can be guaranteed it's going to have lots of style and energy. But this time, it's also got the talents of a Minnesotan.
Well, so from Minnesota.
Of course, that's a big deal for you.
His statue stands quietly in Rice Park.
Welcome to a live broadcast of A Prairie Home Companion.
His name is on the theater that is home to A Prairie Home Companion. F. Scott Fitzgerald was born in 1896 in St. Paul, Minnesota. He attended St. Paul Academy, and after a stint in Princeton, he returned to St. Paul and lived at 599 Summit Avenue with his parents, where he wrote his first successful novel, This Side of Paradise.
One time he returns back to St. Paul's and he says, I woke up with a book called This Side of Paradise. I was famous.
His third book was The Great Gatsby.
This is one of the most celebrated novels in the entire world. It is the great American novel of the last century.
Gatsby. He had a grand vision for his life since he was a boy.
It's so delicious. The language is so delicious.
Yeah.
You can really, but it's really accessible. You can really fall into that world, and it's so tasty and wonderful.
And there's poetic sections in the book that talk about returning home to the Midwest and to, his roots. Although we don't say it, the idea of the doctor and the sanitarium is meant to be in St. Paul, in Minneapolis. It's meant to be in that area.
I think part of the brutal winters maybe inspired F. Scott Fitzgerald's writings, right?
I think it encourages introspection. You don't want to go out and play as much. You want to sit indoors, and then you're turning inward.
For DiCaprio, this project was also a coming home of sorts. He's known Tobey Maguire since they were kids.
Yeah, funny enough, we've been friends for a long time. Somewhere getting close to 25 years.
My only love sprung from my only hate.
Romeo! And Leo first worked with Baz Luhrmann on Romeo and Juliet.
When I first worked with him, he was a gifted young boy, really. Now he is a man in full control, not only of his extraordinary gifts as an actor. I mean, he's one of the great actors of all time.
And family institution.
Your wife doesn't love you.
She never loved you. You see, she loves me.
I was fortunate to get to work with him. It was fun to work with a pal.
He's managed to be warm and humane and decent, and that's who he was when I met him, and he's still that today.
I think we had not only a terrific time making the movie, but it was, it was great detective work for all of us, to really try to get as close to what Fitzgerald intended.
My life has got to be like this. It's got to keep going on.